We might be drunk, we might be drunk. As long as we are hanging out, you know we might be drunk. Raise a glass, let's talk shit. Pet peeves, Rex, and a bit. Maybe drunk, we might be drunk, yeah.
Hey, folks, here we are. We might be drunk. You know it, you love it. We're back. Is it the new year?
It's a few days before the new year.
All right, Happy New Year.
We're backlogging here because some people are going on vacations.
What? You're going upstate.
I know.
I'm working.
I just want to blame you.
You're going to a resort. I'm going to Milwaukee. Improv.
You're going, but you're doing a vacation before, though.
Well, yeah.
I'm bummed you're not here on Christmas in New York. Is like kind of. I'm a Jew, and I'm still like, this is special. I don't know. Are you a Christmas guy, Joe?
Huge. My favorite time of year.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We should introduce you before. Our good friend, one of my favorites. Give it up for Joe DeRosa, guys.
The underrated, never got his due, the cranky, curmudgeon,
I was going to say.
wet blanket, you name it.
I think I've quoted one of your bits on here as saying it's one of my favorite jokes of all time, where you said how you're adopted, and people ask, do you ever try to find to meet your real parents? And you go, no, I took the hint, actually. That's one of the best jokes.
That's
Thanks,
great.
man. Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks. One
Never
of the only
heard that.
tight jokes I've ever written.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it.
I'm usually up there rambling about something. Thank you, sir.
What do we got today, Beer Jew?
Today we have pretty much a classic, the Boulevardier.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Very
Classic.
similar to a Negroni, just with whiskey. But legend has it that it came before the Negroni
Ooh.
from Paris.
Oh, okay.
And
An
this,
American writer in Paris.
is this so it's sweet vermouth, whiskey, and Campari?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Smells good.
For the people at home, this is a big moment because Joe rarely drinks. So, this is huge.
You once cursed me out 2 straight years for leaving your birthday party. I was leaving your birthday party and it was like 3 a.m. and you were like, you fucking piece of shit. I was like, Joe, it's like a Monday.
I might need to look into this because I was just over at Barstool for doing KFC, and he was like, "You're a big drinker." That was like he led with that. He was like not like accusatory or combative. He just was like, "You're a big drinker, right?" And like and all of my questions when I did ask the internet were like, "If you had to give up one of these, which would it be?" And one of them was always booze or whatever.
Yep.
And then that's my intro here. I don't know. Yeah, I like to have a little sauce.
Same. We do too. We got a show about it. So you're in good
You're in
company.
good company.
I mean, I get concerned when you start saying things like, we're just going to have one, don't worry about it. I was like, what kind of drunk show is this?
well, we might be drunk. Sometimes we're drunk. Sometimes we.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
We're pros. We got shows tonight. You got another
Yeah.
pod to do, but we'll make it work.
I got another pod to do, then I can go right home.
You're loading up today.
Yeah, there's 3 pods today.
a
3
lot.
pods.
We appreciate you squeezing.
Please, I'm not squeezing. I'm happy. I'm delighted to be here. I thought you guys were going to be mad at me that I had to cancel last time.
No,
I was all
we get it.
nervous.
Everyone's busy. Man. This is really good, by the way.
Very
Delicious.
good.
This is so good.
What's your name?
I'm Dan.
Dan, it's
Or
great.
Beer Jew. Beer
Great
Jew.
work, Dan.
Thank you.
We love it, man.
Yeah, he's a pro. Real mixologist.
Let's go back to what you said earlier about never got his due or all that. No. It's not bad.
Okay. I'm a fan.
No, I was in the bathroom peeing, and I was thinking about the two of you, and I was like, these are 2 guys I remember when they first came around.
Yep.
And I believe you both have lightning bolted past me.
Wow.
You guys are doing millions of views on YouTube. You're kicking ass.
I remember meeting you. You were, when I was like a brand new comic, you were one of the nicest people to me. Consistently.
Thank you.
Salt of the
You
earth.
really were. You're a genuinely good dude.
I always liked you a lot. I used to come and do that show that you and Harrison had.
That's right.
Yeah,
The
Times
Sage.
Square, yeah.
Yeah, well, you were always so humble, and I assume it's the adoption.
I'll tell you where getting humble gets you. Being humble gets you. That's the way. It's not the way to go.
Not the way.
You got to barrel around with your cock waving around. You know.
You look
Get
at
the
who's
fuck
really
out of my
successful,
way.
and they're mostly terrible people.
Yeah.
They're
but-
mostly people who are not. They're never like the shucks, you know.
Right.
I don't know.
But then you got David Tell, who thinks he's the biggest hack, and he's funnier than all of them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm literally at the point now where when somebody asks me what is success to you, it's like, being content and loving the people around. I'm at that point of failure.
The podcast is doing great, though.
No,
isn't
the
it?
podcast. I'm joking around. The podcast is doing great. Both of my podcasts are doing really well, which I'm very, very lucky about. And And
the clips with Sal Vulcano, so it's Taste Buds is the name of the pod.
Taste Buds is the one with Sal, yeah.
Yeah, dude, the clips never fail to make me laugh. They're so good.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's such a, how has no one come up with that as a
It's so good,
concept?
it's so relatable. Then you sit there and you think about it. Well, I actually like Oreos, and you get into it. Now you want to listen to the whole ep.
Yeah, it's funny how vehement people get in the comments, the fans. Like, people really, really have some real ire.
And in these times of like left versus right, men versus women, all that shit, the politics, it's just nice to veg out on some cookie debates.
That's the same thing Kevin just said.
Who's Kevin?
Kevin Clancy, Barstool.
Oh,
Barstool.
Clancy.
Yeah.
Literally the same exact thing he just said. He said, I love the show because I feel like it's a cure for the internet, what the internet is now, because everybody's bitching about politics and all this stuff, and you guys are
Abortion, race.
arguing about Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. or
That's all we
whatever.
want. We need a break.
The recent one was cherry. You did cherry Coke, and Sal did root beer.
Yeah, and Sam Roberts took Dr. Pepper.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I go cherry Coke in that one.
Coke is-
What? Root
Wow.
beer all day.
Really?
See, we're doing it right now. It's a hit.
Root beer ranked lowest in the poll.
What?
Yeah.
I grew up with root beer.
Root beer has got the float.
There you go.
That's big.
Big
But
float.
You could do a float with cherry Coke,
Yeah,
though, right?
I know. Sal really tried to lean on that float argument. Nobody gives a shit.
Float is out. I
What is
agree.
fucking
The float's
Stand
done.
By Me? What, you know, who the hell even? When's the last time you had a root beer float? It's not
Been a
that
while.
good either. It melts immediately. It just starts to taste like creamy.
It's a fun idea.
Yeah, it's like a s'more. It's like, that's a fun idea, but it never
Right.
really
It
executes
crumbles.
properly.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's like eating ass. On
Yeah.
paper,
There
it
you
seems
go.
great, and then
There you go.
you're covered in
not
brown
like eating
stuff.
ass.
All right.
It tastes good.
I wanted to join in. Now, there's a taste buds. Ass or balls? I guess we've never licked balls.
I'm an ass man myself, as long
Oh.
as it's clean.
It's your favorite?
I don't mind an ass. Yeah, I like it.
Same
But it's
here.
got to be real, particular kind.
Squeaky.
Yeah, it's not like pizza. You know, you got to really.
You don't want a deep dish. I get it. You want a thin crust.
Yeah, certain foods like I can do cheap like Italian or pizza, but I can't like Chinese at this point has got to be good for me. If I'm on the road and there's Chinese food, I'm like I'm not trying. I'm not trying Missouri
Interesting.
Chinese.
Right. It's the worst thing for you. It's just sugar and sauce and rice and all that shit.
See, here in the city though,
But I love it.
and I live right near Chinatown, so I go in there all the time and get, the real deal shit, like,
It's the best.
or as real deals get, the duck and all that stuff, which I love. But I got to say, in the city, I love nothing more than like just the joints. Like, I love the little takeouts where you get like the classic spare ribs, the big fat egg rolls.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of harder to find in some of the better spots. Do you know what I mean?
In New York?
Like I'm saying, if you go into Chinatown to like some of the like more traditional spot, that's American Chinese, I guess is what I'm getting.
That's
at.
what you like. It's like the Tex-Mex.
I do love it. Do you ever go to Woo Hop?
We were just talking about
I
Wo
don't
Hop.
think I've been
Wo
there.
Hop.
I know it's amazing. There's a place on this block that's insane.
Yeah.
So Wo Hop is like the ultimate version of American Chinese. Like it's all those classics, but they do it better than anybody.
yeah.
What's your go-to order there?
I'm big on spare ribs and egg rolls. I'm
Spare
almost
ribs.
always
I never
spare
did
ribs and
that.
egg rolls for me. Like that's I always go that route. And then I usually get like a General Tso's chicken.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to. I mean, dude, that's like my Christmas Day order. Is
What's
like
the-
that's big.
Yeah,
What's the
yeah.
difference between General Tso's and sesame?
The sesames, right?
Sesame seeds. And
that
then,
it?
And then General Tso's is spicy.
Ah.
Those black peppers.
Oh, those will get
Yeah,
you.
those are a motherfucker.
Yeah, they come out of nowhere.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's the difference.
But the Chinese moved here and they were making their traditional food and nobody bought it. And they added a bunch of sugar and sauce and then it went through the roof because we're fat
Americans.
and stupid.
It's like that old Richard Jenny joke how the French had the croissant and Americans did the croissantwich.
Yes. We put chocolate in it, cheese in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we go hard. I mean, the
Yeah.
Double Down, the fucking, what's the Sadness Bowl?
Oh, the
KFC
KFC thing.
We got
How
one
do you
of
feel
those.
on fast food?
Love it.
Yeah.
It's my Achilles heel. It's
You're gonna
What are
lose-
your
you're
top
gonna lose
fast
that
food
heel if you
spots?
keep eating it. But we went to, this is the saddest story. We got drunk one night. This is 20 years ago. We got hammered one night. I can't remember who we were with. And we ended up at Penn Station at the KFC eating.
I remember that night.
You remember that?
I think I might.
Yeah.
Was I with you? I might have
might have
been.
been.
I might
Very
have
well.
been with you.
There was a good. God damn it! There was a. I miss the good old days. There was a good old drinking clique. And
Yes.
It was you, Mark, Sam, me,
Soder.
Soder,
Joe List,
List, Nate.
Barcelona Bar was one of them.
Oh God!
But there was
R.I.P.
like that was like the core five. I remember Nate. Holy shit! This is talk about how times change, right? Nate could only get spots at the fucking
World.
the
Broadway.
thing next to Broadway.
Yeah, at the World.
So
The
Nate
World.
would always be there, like I got a fucking 11 o'clock at
Yes.
the World.
Unpaid spots.
Unpaid spot. Like
Well, they were making money. I mean, that's the thing, too. They were charging cover. I mean, this is like a side.
This guy's nominated for a Grammy now.
I know.
It's like wild, right?
And he was hilarious then. It's
Yeah.
just like people don't recognize it, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
For the people at home, Broadway Comedy Club was it's still around, but it was a bit of a scam room. They go, hey, we got Dave Chappelle here. Oh, they're gonna kill me.
one person said we have Tina Fey here. I'm like, she doesn't do stand up. This is who you're pitching.
We got
That's
Richard
hilarious.
Pryor here. And,
On the wall, there's a mural. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's still around, but they would bark you in.
Fake
and-
alcohol.
Whoa! Oh,
Do you
we're
know?
gonna get
Because it was
sued
like,
here.
well, should we not be saying this?
Well, we'll beep the name.
well, wait, not fake, but it was like
It was-
wasn't
it was like
corn
that.
syrup or some shit.
It was that corn-based stuff that like you could sell if you didn't have a liquor license.
Right, because it was near a school. So I think, yeah, it's not.
I'm not allowed near those.
Oh, was that Eastville used to do that? Did Broadway do that too?
They had-
Eastville, the original Eastville before they got their license, did that. Then they got their
Oh,
license.
wow.
Well, what they did, it was like 12%. So you order vodka, but it had the alcohol content of wine, I think.
Right.
Because it was that, 12%,
Yeah.
whatever. But I got spat on at that club.
Damn.
That's how grungy that. And to their credit, the waitresses there were so fucking cool that like this guy. I just heard a guy get up, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's gonna. We were going back and forth. He gets up, and I hear him go, and I was like, fuck, nails me right here. All these sassy Hispanic waitresses barricade the stage for me. And I just watched Chris Murphy walk me out.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was like, he's waiting for you, so I'm gonna walk you out.
He's a great guy.
Great guy.
First threesome I ever had was the only time I got spat. I got spat on in Philly, and then I had a threesome after the show.
It was a very different spitting story.
Yeah, these two girls were
Yeah.
like, "Fuck that guy! Come on, let's go drink." And we went out drinking, and like we had a threesome.
And then you spit on them.
And my cousin, yeah, I remember my cousin goes, "Did you leave with those two chicks?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, I got to start getting spit on. And I was like, yeah, it was not a bad night. But Broadway was Scott Moran. You guys know Scott Moran?
Yeah, I love Moran.
Great guy. He used to have that great web series that he did called
Yes.
Comedy. What was it called?
Comedians?
The Comedy
They did a
Mind or
bunch.
something?
Giannis
Yeah,
did one, and Giannis Papas did one about getting shot.
Yeah.
and Phil Hanley did one on crowd work.
That's
and
right.
Mine was at Broadway Comedy Club, most of the footage. And the reason Scott was following me that night was because it was when my mom had just gotten through breast cancer, and I was doing a lot of material about it. So he goes, I want to follow you and document you talking about this like tragic thing that your mom went through, and then like now you're doing it on stage. And I was like, okay. We did the first show, then we went to Broadway, and during the set on Broadway, a drunk nurse started heckling me, and I lost my shit, and I called her a stupid bitch, and then I lost the crowd.
Yep.
And then that's what the that's what the episode became about. It was about like losing your shit on stage, and like it was brutal, dude. Like he came back 2 weeks later and had me watch the footage on camera. And I was mortified. And I was like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. But it was this great cathartic thing. Like, people really liked the episode because they were like, wow, you really let us, like, kind of see behind the curtain, you know?
Yeah.
Well, if you never snap on stage, you're not doing bad enough rooms. You're just doing A rooms. If you never just like lose it at a
You
person.
sound like
yeah.
Michael Richards' lawyer.
Look, yeah, I don't mean like that, but I mean, if you never snap every once in a while, I mean, the amount of disrespect that we put up with.
it's
I mean,
crazy.
last night I did a show in
wild.
New York, and they're just like they're just animals. They're just the worst behaved
wild.
crowd, and you're like, of course we snap. Our life used to be all that, and then at a certain
Yes.
point you start weeding those shows out.
Yes.
But there's a period where your life is just disrespect show, and like, of course you're gonna break.
Yeah, and it's not just from the audience; it's from the owners, the bookers. You get it from everybody. It's brutal.
We can't pay tonight, but we have a panini on the house. So.
Well, that's what I always used to say was that what people never understood was when you would flip at a heckler, which I don't know about you guys. I don't do it much anymore because I'm just kind of like, I don't know, you get it out of your system eventually, and like you start to learn how to navigate it a little better, I guess, or whatever. But like when I would flip at a heckler, I would always say, like, you think that this is like you and me. It's not. This is you. This is me and 12 years of this.
Yes.
Right.
Like, you're not. This is a snowball effect, you know. So, but I got banned from the Laugh Factory in New York for a year because I flipped out so bad at an audience, and I was.
So that was on 42nd and 8th, right? And then it became Times Square Arts Center.
Yes.
horrible.
And then it became a haunted house.
Yeah.
Which was less scary than Times Square Arts Center.
I remember when it became a haunted house, Mike Vecchione turned to me and goes, but then again, it always was.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
a better way to
and
say
it was before any of that. It was a big.
Yeah.
It was a big multi-level, multi-room strip club.
And I think it was a porn house before all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why'd you get banned from that club?
Let's hear it.
They would have this on Saturday nights. The room would just be completely unpoliced, and it was Times Square. So God knows where this motley crew was coming together from.
Savages.
But people just like literally on their feet, screaming, like just a completely chaotic room through the entire show. And I went on one night, and that started happening, and I just started going at all of them. I was just like, fuck you all. I hope you all fucking get AIDS and die in a car accident tonight. You're all pieces of garbage. You don't fucking deserve a show. All this stuff. Not the most clever.
That doesn't sound that bad.
You know? And then
You're sitting in the car with a jerk store called. They're running out of you.
Yeah. And I got banned. I got banned for like
Wow.
That's it?
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah, the booker at the time
Yeah.
said, I don't think you can handle this room, and I don't think you're right for it, and I don't think it's good that you flip out the way you do, and blah 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 blah. And I guess it was probably the third time that it happened.
That was just your set list.
Yeah, I mean, you're just like you're going on stage waiting for it. You're watching. There's nothing worse when you're watching the show. It's like a firing squad. You're awaiting execution. You are watching it happen to everybody, and then you're like.
Right.
I had a
God
horrible
damn it.
experience at that club. I was like a really young comic, and I remember I waited all night to do a check spot, and it was me and another comic waiting to do a check spot, and he said, we only have room for one. For those of you who don't know, you're literally going on stage as people pay their bill, so it's the worst time to go on, whatever. But I go on. I say he's like, oh wait, we only have room for one of you. And the other guy starts crying. He's like, all right, you can go on.
What?
Because he didn't want to deal with the guy crying. So I was like, this
Jesus.
is bullshit.
Yeah.
So I remember I just waited like 3 hours for it. It was like one of those where you're like, oh my, this
Who
is
was it
comedy.
that- I mean,
I don't want to say. I don't
Okay.
wanna
But we
name the
know
name.
him.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to know. Is there somebody we know?
We know him.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And I was like,
Oh, I
this
can't
is
wait for these mics to
I
turn
know.
on.
brutal.
Woo.
But
I'm excited.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't want to.
Why was he crying?
Because he was. I think he was just broken. Like it's shit like that. Like every night when you're a young comic, and like I don't even blame him. I just thought it was fucked up. I'm like, that's why you're picking him.
Yeah. Oh, wait, he picked him because he cried.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Oh, I thought he was
squeaky
saying
wheel.
he picked you.
No.
Like this kid's crying. Get out of here.
No,
No,
I think
no.
he didn't want to deal with the
Oh,
bullshit.
I misunderstood. I thought you got it.
I was like,
No.
shit.
Oh, that sucks.
So did you watch the guy's set? Did he
No,
cry
I
on
was.
stage?
I think he was like he cheered up a little bit. I was like, fuck it. But
man.
I got out of there. I was like, fuck. I never went back. I was like, that's insane.
It's
Gotta be.
crazy.
Gary Veter.
I think it might have been Nate.
no. I'm not going to say it was, but
I
obviously
can't
not.
believe the reverence and fear I used to have for these rooms.
Same.
Of worried about every little thing. Now I'm just like, hey, you want to just come? You want to just go on with me? Who gives a shit? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
But you had to want to do it. You had to go,
Sure.
And that's how they got you. They go, you can't handle this room. And you go, oh, I guess I got to learn how to shit on people and crowd work and all that. But that's not what comedy should be. It should be great ideas and bits and original. But that was part of it, was learning how to babysit.
Yeah.
And that
And
sucks.
fear is good. I mean, when you see people with not any fear coming up
That's
now,
true,
you're kind of
too.
like, well, you should be a little scared.
Maybe
This
a
is
little
that was your
both.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe a
a healthy
little both.
balance.
A healthy
little.
balance. There you
People
go.
are used to fear's a good thing. People are used to people think bombing is like not a big deal.
That's why it's
No.
weird when I see, I'll see Instagram posts from new comics and they're like, I was disrespected by this audience member. And you're like, oh, yeah, you're posting about that? I thought that was just part of it. Like, that was like the first 10 years of my occupation.
Yeah, it's so funny, like the shift of that, because it's like now it's like, yeah, I was disrespected by this audience, but it used to be like, watch this stupid cunt
Yes.
get owned.
Yeah.
You know, like
flipped.
yeah, you have some drunk guy yelling at you, and like you would just walk all over him.
Thank
The
you.
place is going crazy, like cheering. That was the clip you posted.
That was the clip. I mean, look, it made
remember
Bill Burr famous. The
Yeah.
Philly thing. It was him winning.
Also, it was him surviving. Like
Surviving.
that crowd was hostile, and Burr just was
Brutal.
like, "Fuck you." But the famous clip is the Bill Hicks one where he's just screaming at that woman, and I think a lot. So he's just calling this woman a cunt, and you're just like,
Yeah.
you watch it now, and you're like, it's not his finest moment. I don't know why
No.
everyone's. And you see comics who watch that clip, and they're like, I'm gonna have my moment like that,
Yes. So
and you're like,
yeah.
you don't want to have that moment.
No.
I 1,000% did that.
Yeah.
Really?
I swear to you, I 1,000% thought that kind of thing was so cool and so great, which is why I would flip out the way I did. I was also an angry guy.
You think you're less angry now?
Much.
Oh, yeah. Look at him.
Yeah.
Much.
You were shaken before. You
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
keyed up.
I was.
Ready to go. You're on edge.
Yeah.
Are you a tense guy?
Well, the adoption. All right, it's the last time I'll bring up the adoption.
I don't care. It's funny.
All right.
Tense. Yeah. I'm anxious.
Yeah.
You know, but usually I'm able to navigate it a lot better than I used to be.
We're getting older.
Yeah, you get older, you get better at not taking things personally.
Yeah.
You get better at saying I don't want that part of me to come out anymore. You know, unless absolutely necessary, which it rarely is. And it was just a lot of that. It also, too, has a lot to do with self-worth and not letting things define your worth. I'm kind of on a kick where I keep talking about this, but the second, during the lockdown, the second I realized I wasn't valued because of comedy, I was just a person doing comedy, amongst other things. That was a big moment for me. And it was hard because it was 2 to 3 months first of utter anger and fury and depression that I had moved back to New York to do comedy, and then comedy was gone. And at that point, we didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
You know, like it was like, and it was woe is me and my life sucks and I moved back for all this. And then when I realized, no, idiot, you moved back because you like to live in New York. Comedy's part of it.
Yeah.
But that's only part of it. And then all of a sudden, everything changed.
Wow.
And
Good
that
for
was
you.
it.
Because a lot of people went the other way. They went angrier and the world's against me and fuck you, I'll kill you. And you went, hey, life is okay. I'm not defined by this.
Start a podcast blaming the Jews, you know. You're like, this isn't the answer.
Right.
I had a bunch of road dates lined up. Not a bunch, but I had road dates lined up for that, like, you know, sort of coming out of it phase that we were all in, and when it went in June-ish, July, whatever it was of that first lockdown.
Yeah, when they were canceling it like week to week, and we kept thinking this pandemic wasn't going to go away.
Yeah.
Or was going to go away, I mean.
I had road dates lined up, and I had a TV thing lined up, and I canceled all of it and pissed some people off. But I was like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm not doing this right now. Like, I don't know. It was weird. It was weird to go from in a 6-month period to go from saying I have to do every single thing that gets offered to me and being a complete slave to it to going, sorry, guys, not now. Like, and feeling like very comfortable about it.
No, we get it. This is our third time asking you to come on.
Sorry, I can't do it right now. I'm not in a good place.
But no,
Okay,
you're
Joe.
right. There's a value in saying no. Like sometimes we are so trained to be agreeable and just like dogs for these people, you know?
Playing ball, team player. I
Right.
mean, when the pandemic hit, I didn't realize how much our foot was on the gas, 100% for
Wild.
years. And then when the pandemic hit, I was like, whoa.
Wild.
I didn't realize, like, you can stop for a second.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. To go back to what we were talking about earlier, when I was saying the reverence and fear that we had with these clubs, I agree. Fear can be a great motivator, and being scared and anxious can keep you on your toes, and all. I think that's good, and it helps you criticize yourself and whatever. But I think more what I was referring to was the fact that after this pandemic, well, I guess it's still happening, but like after that lockdown, I should say, we were.
I won't go back.
Yeah, like I was just like, I can't believe I let so-and-so make me feel like they were valuable, like in some way in my
that's
life.
heavy.
Like, what the fuck are
I've spent way too many hours in the shower going, that fucking guy, I'll tell you. And then he's quit comedy since then. I wasted all those hours, thinking about him in the shower.
I remember till the day I moved to L.A., I was furious the comic strip wouldn't book me. Furious. Furious.
Yeah.
I got to L.A. I started writing for TV. I started acting on major TV shows and whatever it was.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah. And
You're great in that show,
thank
dude.
you very much.
That's a great show.
well, you know I'm good by how they bring me back once every 17 months. No, I'm kidding. They're great guys.
There's that bitterness
But
we
didn't
know.
Vince,
No, I'm
didn't
just joking.
Vince Gilligan, right?
Vince Gilligan and Peter.
Didn't he praise you on a show? Your acting?
He's great. They're amazing.
I think
I'm
was
totally
talking about-
just joking.
No, I know, but
It's
he really was like, you were a great actor.
Thank
That's
you.
on Louis, do you remember him on Louis?
Louis, you killed it.
Thank you. That was fun. Louis
Stick
gave
to
me-
acting, comedy.
Yeah, right? No, Peter and Vince are really great guys. Thomas Schnalls is one of the EPs. He's amazing.
He's awesome, that guy. Yeah.
Do you know him?
I just know him from Twitter, but he's just
great.
Yeah.
He's the fucking best
He's
dude.
written on so many. He's written on. Didn't he write for Breaking Bad as well?
Yes.
He's written for like everything.
Yeah,
that guy.
he's got a great career and a great body of work. And Jonathan Banks and Bob Odenkirk, everybody, they're all awesome and supportive over there. It's so fun, and it's so fun to get to be a part of something like that where you're not carrying any of the weight. You know, it's fun to get to be like a Boba Fett character versus a Luke character, where it's
Yeah.
like, you better not fuck this up,
Right.
dude. You're like, no, I just swoop in, do my scene, and then I'm gone.
Jonathan Banks is most of your scenes, right?
It was in the beginning. It was all me
Yeah.
and Jonathan Banks, and then it became all me and Odenkirk. So the last, I can't talk. I can't say anything more. But yeah, it's a lot of me and Odenkirk. But
exciting.
But yeah, he's great because he has like, you know, we got to talking about stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah,
and like-
underrated comic.
Yeah, he's a great comic.
Mr. Show with Bob and David is like, I mean, for so much of guys like us, that was like our sketch comedy Bible.
Talked
Totally.
all about that, dude.
Really?
It's incredible.
Yeah. And he would be like, it would be cool because he'd get excited. He'd be like, hey, man, did you do shows this weekend? You know? And I said to him once, I go, dude, you're such a good comic. Like, why don't you fucking do stand-up anymore? And he's like, I have too much respect for it to not do it seriously. That's what he
Good
said.
advice for you. Trying to keep some yucks going here.
No, he's a legend, man.
He's awesome. And I can't, like, say any of it for obvious reasons, but, like, the last time I saw him, I was like, what are you working on? Like, you know, off camera, obviously. And he was like, oh, man. So, and he told me like a couple, I was like, fuck. Like, if you were saying this to 18-year-old me, I would be
Yes.
like shitting my pants.
Of course.
Right now. Like he's really fucking cool.
He's
He's
really
really funny
cool.
too.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that show was huge. It was just the fact that they would do whatever.
Yes.
It was just, even when it was a miss, you were like, did they just fucking, even the attempt you respected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it hit so often. I mean,
And they were ballsy. Like, if you watch it now, you're like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe they said that. They had a whole episode about how slavery was, like, they should be thanking us for slavery. We brought them here. And you're like, ah! But at the time, you're like, this is funny.
Wild.
But they took risk like
Yeah.
crazy. Bobo,
that guy Jake Johnston from the Mr. Show was at the January 6th.
What?
Did you see that shit?
Wait, what?
Pull it up, dude. Pull up the picture. Jake Johnston, the Capitol. I'm not making this shit up. That guy's a great comic actor.
Wait a minute. Was he there just to see what was happening?
I don't know. Pull it up.
I think he got Pelosi's laptop. Holy shit.
It's hard to recognize him without the paint. But no,
He was the one in the elk hood or whatever.
Yeah, Jay Johnston.
Jay Johnston. Sorry.
Jay Johnston. He was there.
Yeah, look.
I mean, it does feel like a Mr. Show sketch, the whole thing.
You just see his picture. There
There he is.
Oh, that certainly looks like him.
Handsome guy.
He is a handsome guy.
Good jaw. Nice eyes.
I mean, is he into this sort of thing? I feel like we would have heard something.
I mean, he's there.
that
wow.
can't be. I don't buy it.
Interesting.
You don't buy it?
You just broke Joe's heart here.
I think he's there as a joke.
It looks pretty mad.
Well, that would be the joke, though, right?
Okay.
I don't know, but here's the thing. No one knew what this was going to turn into, Joe. I mean, I don't think he was there as a joke.
I mean,
Ooh. I heard the
it
Beard
also
Jew
could
was
just
there.
be a guy that looks like him.
I don't think so.
Oh, God. There it is. There we go. All right, we got to move it along
move it
here.
along.
This is getting awkward.
Wow.
No, dude, that
Anyway,
Yeah, but
Good.
Jonathan, it's so cool about Banks and Odenkirk is that they're kind of like journeymen who became stars.
Yes.
Banks is the greatest guy ever. The last time I saw Jonathan, I told him, and I meant it very much. I told him that I learned more about acting from working in a scene with him than I'd learned in any class I ever took.
Damn.
And it was true because the guys, they always talk about act with your eyes or whatever.
Ugh.
The guy's just like, you look into his eyes and it's just, there's a lot going on,
Yeah.
And it's and that character is so intimidating. So like you do scenes with him and he's like, so just like, he's in it, man. He's awesome. He's fucking awesome. And he's really like an empowering guy where he'll be like I remember the second time I was ever there, he was like, let's go run lines. And we were running lines in his trailer and he goes, listen to me, you're fucking good. So if you need another take today, you fucking ask for another take. Don't feel scared, all right? Like he was like really like,
wow,
you belong here kind of
Damn.
stuff. Like
that helps.
fucking huge.
Goes a long
dude.
way.
Jesus,
Because
huge.
we're freaking out on that sale. I know I am.
I was having a goddamn shit. I was like trembling the first day, dude. I was terrified.
It's Odenkirk. It's Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
It's Gilligan. It's way out of our league.
Yeah. So
Do you think acting class helps? Because I've been told you got to take an acting class, and I go, it takes up your Saturday or whatever, and I just blew it all off.
I don't think any of it matters anymore because
really?
I think it's all just sort of stunt casting.
Thank you, Beer Jew.
Thank you, buddy.
Jew.
Nice work.
Killed it. Great apron.
We Might Be Drunk to You is brought by We Might Be Drunk is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. I love Sheath, man.
Love it.
Not only supportive, keeps your balls off your leg. It's got 2 pouches, one for your dick, one for your balls. But Sheath isn't just for men, it's for the lady gays out there. Sheath now, they wrote this, wow. Now has sports bras, bikini briefs, and boy shorts. The idea for Sheath came from its founder, U.S. Army soldier Robert Patton, during his second tour in Iraq. This guy's a veteran. He's a U.S. hero. Support this guy. Support this awesome veteran-owned company whose founder is a big comedy fan. Mark, tell him how to do it.
You got that right. Go to sheathunderwear.com and order with promo code DRUNK to get 20% off your first order and Sheath's Underwear's 100% money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code DRUNK. Get Sheath Underwear and let them support your balls.
So does he just come in to do this?
Comes in and makes it and he leaves.
What do you pay this guy to do this?
Well, you give him a couple bucks.
Yeah, that's great. Nice guy.
You want to borrow him?
Before his shift, yeah.
He can make a milkshake for
Shit, I should
Taste
ask him.
Bud.
Is he looking for work? We need bartenders at the bar.
Oh,
I think he's
he's
got a
good.
gig, but he's very good. I mean, you taste this shit, dude.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at,
great.
I mean, the garnish in a studio, come on.
This
give
is a
me the
little
number.
fancy for Joey Rose's.
Really?
But I mean,
You're like-
if he
you're-
can do this, he can do what we're doing.
You want a little Jack.
We're like a shot beer kind of bar. You know what I mean?
And you do sandwich, like the sandwiches are king
Yeah.
at Joey Rose's.
Let's hear about that. You opened a bar. You opened a restaurant. I mean, this is terrifying in New York. Speaking of shitting on set, this is a big deal.
Well, it's a bar with sandwiches. It's a sandwich shop and bar. So we have we were doing the pop up at the stand for all most of the lockdown and everything for takeout only, obviously, and then we, Paul Italia, my partner, and I started to realize, like, hey, this people seem to like it. It seems to have some legs. So let's try to open a spot. And we found an affordable spot because of the rent drop and everything. And that's it. Like, here we
Wow.
are. We're now in the East Village, 174 Rivington Street.
Wow.
There you go. Check it out, folks.
What are like the go-to sandwiches? What's your favorite?
Right now, we just have the original 8 sandwiches. So I like all of them. But, like, people love the Fat Kid, which is a triple-decker peanut butter and jelly with ruffled potato chips on it. People love the Eastie, which is prosciutto, salami, olive oil, Asiago cheese, and sweet peppadews.
Ooh.
It's a nice little neighborhoody style menu. 8 sandwiches, $8 a piece.
There you go.
Yeah, this is.
Were you a sandwich guy? I never
love
heard.
sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
Who's
Love
not a sandwich
sandwiches.
guy?
I don't love them.
What?
I'm joking. But
Yeah, our website. This is a dead page, but if you go to Joey Rose's NYC,
NYC, that's how they get you.
Joey this is there we go. Okay,
There we
Who
go.
was there?
Order online.
My bad.
The online is going to save you. The takeout is what keeps everything in business now.
It bugs me, man. You know what bugs me though when you go? I hate going to Starbucks, but sometimes you're in a rush, and I go in. Everyone's ordering by their phone now.
That's right.
now.
So they take fucking 20 minutes to get an egg sandwich. I'm like, I'm here for the egg sandwich because I'm in a rush.
Exactly. Same with the Chipotle. There's 8
the
online
fat
orders.
kid.
Ooh, I
that
don't care
looks
for the
good.
name. A little offensive.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get canceled for it.
That kid.
That one's the dad on the bottom right. That's like an Italian style
Oh,
salad.
that looks amazing.
Mortadella, cappy ham, and salami.
Wow.
But it was excuse me, it was a thing I always wanted to do. Paul helped me turn it into a reality. We partnered up. And, as we went along and got closer to opening this place, the more relevant it felt to us because we were like, when's the last time the Lower East Side has had a place with affordable, great food and like drinks
Yes.
that you can afford to buy? And you know what I
Yes.
mean? We've got some higher end stuff, but we've got a lot of really affordable stuff too. It was like the whole idea was let's give something back
Yeah.
to the Lower East Side. And the whole place is old school feeling. And, there's
love
a
it.
picture of it there.
The Lower East
but,
Side needs a
whoa.
little of that because it's
Yeah.
getting real she down there.
It is.
Yeah. So the whole place is like kind of old school social club.
Ooh, look at
Wow.
that sign. You can't beat that sign.
Oh, that's beautiful,
Man, that's like
Thanks,
Goodfellas.
Yeah, you guys got to come down, man.
dude. I'm going to come. I love it.
Let's do it.
I can't wait.
Having a huge. I'm assuming you guys are working on New Year's Eve, but we're doing
I think I'm taking off, but we'll
Oh.
see.
All right. Well, we're going hard on New Year's Eve. We're going to
Hell
have a big
yeah.
party.
What?
Yeah.
By the way, can we do that taste test? By the way, now, Matt, can we do that? We got something because Joe is. You're basically like a food expert now. I feel like with the podcast, so we got to try. This looked weird, and we wanted all to try it. So let's do it. We're on it.
Very exciting.
Sweet.
All right.
I saw this before.
We argued mac and cheese with Joe List.
Oh, what do you think? Because
He loves mac and cheese, doesn't he?
Well,
Les?
he eats like a special needs 8-year-old. I
Man.
mean, it's only pizza, hot dog, burger. He can't
Craziest-
touch a vegetable.
Craziest sentence I've ever heard in my life regarding food. Joe List said to me in a text, "I eat chicken parmesan almost once a day."
Wow.
Let's do it.
I was like, dude, that is insane.
That's insane.
That's insane.
It's him and Al Capone, maybe. Who else?
Yeah,
is like
pass it around. This is it right
What do
here.
you got here?
I've heard of this. I can't. Is
Whoa!
it regular dairy ice cream?
Mac and
It's
cheese
mac and
ice cream.
cheese ice
I
cream.
can't have
French.
it. I have a dairy thing. Yeah.
Do you
Take
really?
one miniature
I might
bite.
be able to take like the tiny.
Take a tiny
little-
thing.
spit it
yeah.
out like tobacco.
God, this stuff looks so disgusting. I've heard of it. I've seen
Mac
it.
and cheese ice cream.
How could it possibly be good?
Oh, we're passing this thing around like a stripper in Vegas. Hang tight. Here we go.
I can't tell if I like it. It's kind of not awful. It's better than I thought it would be.
Kraft mac and cheese, by the way. So they went real trash.
It's not horrible.
Woo! That is cheesy.
It is.
That's not bad.
2 bites and I'm out.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what it's for.
It
That's
tastes
almost,
just like it.
It's almost better because you're not going to go through a whole carton of ice
Good
cream.
point. That's pretty good. You can't do it. Let me get one more for the road.
I'll take one more too. I liked it.
Great nails. You gotta swallow it. Spit it in the cup, in the ice, with the ice. Oh, yeah.
That's not bad.
Not bad. I mean, it tastes just like it. Oh, man, that's good. Better than
Oh my God, thank
the
you.
the croissant witch, or what is it called? The that cookie.
I kind of like that.
Oh my God, it's the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Come on. You eat ass.
normal. It's not supposed to taste it. You don't.
I'm surprised. That's not bad.
Not bad. They did a good job. It's better
Really?
than the breast milk ice cream, I'll tell you that. Woo! Everybody's got to get kooky with the flavors
Van
now.
Leeuwen is good, dude.
Oh, I go there once a week.
They're good.
They do
There's
good
2
work.
by my house.
Have you had you've had what's her faces, right?
Mary's,
Nah, who's the lady?
Aunt Jemima,
Nah,
Mrs. Butterworth.
Janet's. What the hell are they
Oh,
called?
Jenny's.
Jenny's.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
don't know Jenny's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mark.
good.
Pull up Jenny's. I don't know what Jenny's is.
Mark, it will change your life.
Yeah.
Jenny Craig?
It's good. No, it's Jeny, right? Yeah. It's
Uh-oh.
good.
What's this?
Dude, it's unreal.
God. I'm a big ice cream cunt.
Is that all of your like go-to dessert type thing or no?
What's that?
Ice cream if you're doing a dessert?
No, because I developed a slight dairy intolerance with certain things, so I can't really eat ice cream the way I used
Was
to.
this some Shark Tank nonsense?
Dude, there's
blow up on
no
Shark
joke.
Tank?
They got a double chocolate, like midnight black. It's called like blackout midnight or
Oh,
something.
boy, we've
Dude, it
been
is
there.
so fucking good. It's like crazy.
Really?
They have an everything bagel ice cream that
Wow.
I'm listening.
people love. Yeah, people really love it.
Everything baked, dude. That everything seasoning is a game changer.
So Jenny
I bought a little can of that.
Fucking amazing.
Jenny sent me and Sal free cases of ice cream because they heard us debating the everything bagel.
Oh,
So they sent it to us.
Wait, what was it? Who took which side with the everything bagel?
Sal was everything. I was cinnamon raisin.
Ooh,
Cinnamon
I got
raisin.
everything all day. Are you kidding me?
Now, I think cinnamon raisin's king.
Why?
King.
It got no versatility.
There it is. Blackout. Hold on.
That looks
Blackout
great.
chocolate.
What's in
Wow.
that?
Now, what does a pint cost? Is it $48?
It's like $12.
Oh my
Okay.
god, $12.
That's pricey.
It's going up now. A smoothie's $25 now.
That's pricey, but I'm telling you, dude, you're going to taste where that extra money went.
Really?
Yeah.
It's organic. It's whole milk. It's oat milk.
It's
or
just
cow,
stupid. It's like
Cow
it's
jizz.
unreal, dude.
Okay. All right, Jenny. I'll give it a shot. Do they have?
The cow was massaged while he was milked.
Yeah.
Right, right. Is there a store in the city,
They've got a.
or is it all online?
Yeah, no, they've got something. But you can buy this in supermarkets and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
I think.
That's all I need.
I might go get some of that dairy-free Ben and Jerry's later tonight.
Yeah, which one?
Nothing
Which
wrong with that.
Maybe the Chubby Hubby or
Ooh.
the Cherry Garcia even.
Cherry Garcia is a fucking classic for a reason, dude.
Yeah.
Cherry ice cream. I mean, we need more of that.
It's just tough though, dude, because it's like you want to eat the whole goddamn pint.
For sure.
It's
I know.
like, dude, it is over half of your day's calories.
Do you guys read in sapiens?
No, what
Which
is
I
it?
know is like Sapiens is like the secret for men. But Sapiens has a great piece about how when we eat ice cream, we go back to our monkey like ancestry, where when you find something sweet back in the day, you just ate the shit out of it because there was nothing sweet. You know, there was no ice cream, there was no candy. You found a strawberry. So now when we open a pint, we want to eat the whole thing because we're like, might never see it again. It's in our wiring.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus, you can't win.
can't win.
Sugar is just fucking addictive. I mean,
It
that's what
is.
I mean,
more than cocaine, they say.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it got a couple comics, Coke and Sugar. you got Robin Williams, you got
Sugar.
Robin A.
I've seen Sugar get more comics than Coke.
Yeah.
You know, Robin Williams didn't die from Coke. You know what I mean? Like,
Good
it's
point.
like, yeah, like I've seen more comics die from sugar. You know, there's plenty of guys out there where you go, "How did he die?" And they were like, "Dude, his car was riddled with fast food bags.
Yeah.
Like, he just died on the road."
I mean,
you know?
Patrice, crazy. Diabetes,
Right.
you know, it happens.
the
Coke's at least hard to find. Sugar's right there. You know, you can't buy Coke at a Rite Aid.
you'd think you couldn't, but you know,
I guess the guy outside of Rite Aid.
Coke is like Republicans. You think nobody is one until you start doing it, and then you're like, "Oh, Jesus,
Everyone's in.
these guys are everywhere."
I've never done coke in my life, dude.
Me neither.
I have. It feels great.
But the come down, Joe.
The come down is the worst thing of all time, but that also has to do a lot to do with if you're not doing good Coke. If you do clean Coke, there's not a bad come down day. But most
All
of
right,
the time,
kids, if you're listening,
Yeah.
just get the good stuff.
no, a Coke
Jenny's
come down,
Coke.
there's nothing worse than it.
Chocolate midnight cocaine.
But I get I got to tell you, I get the come down blues now from a night of drinking too.
Now, I got that 10
my
years ago. It's a
God, yeah.
nightmare. That's why I cooled it on the booze, just because the next day.
I get like, God damn. Dude.
Oh, same.
We
The
went to
bad
the-
thoughts come in.
We went to the Jets-Eagles game on Sunday, and we big tailgate. It was a blast.
Oh wow, who'd you go with?
Blast.
You go with Jay and all those guys?
I asked Jay. Jay couldn't go, but
He's a
it was
big Eagles
me.
guy.
And I went with Paul and Chris Italia and Adele from the stand.
Oh, yeah.
And we went out, and this guy Tommy from Wyoming Whiskey was like sponsoring the whole thing. So it was all this free barbecue, full open
boy.
bar,
Oh, boy.
full truck of beer and whatever. We had a fucking blast. Got shit faced, and then we all went to Joey Rose's afterwards.
And that's day shit faced.
yeah. And we
Yeah.
continued into the night.
Sure.
But like I still was. I mean, I was asleep by 11:30.
All right.
But I woke up the next day. Yesterday was my day off, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like you feel terrible.
Ruins
Like
your
I
whole
wasn't
day.
hungover. I was just sad all day.
Right.
But it also it's that, but also like even if I get a good night's sleep, it's not that quality sleep. Like the booze just fucks your head up.
Oh.
Fucks you up big time.
You've been off for a while, or not off, but like
Off?
not off, but like
He's hungover now.
well, no, because the last night. But the last time I saw you, it was at the Patrice benefit. Was that the last? No, that can't be the last time I saw you.
No,
was
I
a
seen
year
before
ago.
that.
But-
no, we did the Patrice benefit, and
God, was that 2 years ago, Sam?
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, the
I
pandemic.
remember seeing you there and being like, let's drink. And you were like, I'm kind of this.
Yeah, well, I'm not going as hard as I did because I physically I can't do the road like that. Like, I can't do more.
Yeah.
I'm on the road every week. I can't do morning flights just feeling like
It's
that.
incredible that you
dude.
guys are out there every week. I admire it. I
Thank
couldn't
you.
do it.
I think you do learn to love it, honestly. Like, you get to a point where you're like, if it becomes routine enough that you're like, yeah, I mean, I value those long sets, man. You know,
I love the long sets.
Love
it. I hate the airport and
Hate
flying
it.
worse than anything. I get into a rage in the airport like I don't get into anywhere else in my life.
It's so unnecessary. It's so regimented.
I hate it.
Group 1, Group 2,
Yeah.
Terminal B. It's like,
yeah, but that's because you do different airlines.
yeah, maybe.
You fly every week. You got to stick with one airline.
No,
so you get
if
the
I
points.
if I flew every week, I would.
But Mark doesn't do that, and I'm like, you miss out on all the status shit.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
But still, you got to still do security.
But do you have clear?
I do.
And you have pre-check.
I don't.
I have TSA
What?
pre-check.
I got to do pre-check.
Are you kidding?
I don't want to go to a meeting at the airport.
So do it.
you don't
can
have
do
to.
it-
You go to a
yeah.
little satellite office.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They have offices
75
like
bucks.
downtown. Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
really?
It
Yeah, there's a
changes your
place-
life.
There's a place in Midtown that does it. The same place I had to go get fingerprinted to get approved for my liquor license also does TSA pre-check.
Really?
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff in that office to help you get cool stuff into your life.
Yeah. yeah.
I have friends who are like, I don't want the government to have my shit. I'm like, they already have it.
I don't
dude.
care about that.
Just fucking do it. And also, no, it just makes your life so much easier. Then you stick with one airline, you get the lounge access. It's great.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What's in the lounge? I've never been in one.
Oh,
of those.
lounge is
They've got
game changer.
they've got a bar, they've got coffee,
Food.
they've got food. They've
Is it
got
open
wine.
bar or just?
I don't think it's open bar.
It used to be. They changed it up a little
So the
bit.
lounge is good. I always thought the lounge was just a private room that was
No,
it's good.
That was like the gate, except private.
It makes you not hate the airport. You go in there, you're like,
You got room.
there's no
Really?
animals in here.
All right, I can't. I mean, I get like. I'm not exaggerating. I get like Dad in A Christmas Story mad at the airport, like where I'll literally be walking around cursing out loud to myself.
Right.
Like I fucking hate it so much.
It's a nightmare, and we
And-
go there more than anyone.
Yeah. So anyway, but back to what we were saying.
What were we
You
saying?
can't do the road like that anymore, is what you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's been many flights where you get up and you're shaking, you're hurting so bad, and you just want to kill yourself, and you're in the middle seat, and it's too much with the hangovers.
Mark, I mean, we told this during the pod, but we did a gig with Schumer once in Florida, and I remember puking in the bathroom at the airport, and Mark just handing a ginger ale over the thing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we were at. I mean,
it's a young man's game.
you kind of there were too many like 7 a.m. nights. I'm like, I can't write new jokes if I feel like this all the time. I can't tour if I feel like this all the time. So it's like I don't want to give up booze, but you got to kind of make a piece. Like I'm not going to go
Yeah.
that hard because I can't.
I'm going to start going out again in January 2022. In fact, Helium Buffalo, January 2022. I'll be there. Hasbrook Heights Bananas.
Nice.
February, I think March or April, Punchline Philly. I'm basically going to do 1 weekend a month
oh, there you
through
go.
2022 just
a
to kind
period.
of get back out, polish off the hour, whatever. But
YouTube special would be a huge thing for
that's
you.
what I'm going to do.
All right.
I'm going to do a YouTube special and put it on the No Press channel with Taste Buds and
Oh,
Hey Babe.
I love it.
Yeah. But well, you guys, listen, man, you guys really, I think, open or helped open the door to doing that. It's like, look what you guys did.
There
Look what
were dudes
Joe
who did it
List
before us. I
Well, of
mean,
course, but
yeah.
I felt like you two, Shane, and Joe List were the four that I saw where I was like, okay, this is possible.
Ooh,
We don't have to ask permission anymore. Like, you can do this. Like,
It's a waste of time to ask for permission, you know,
Yeah.
because what happens is they don't just reject you; they sit on it and reject you after like 3 months. So you're like,
That's true.
So it's like if they just said no that week, I'd be like, all right. But they
Right.
fucking make you. You're like, I'm working on shit the whole time. I'm now sick of the material.
Good
So-
point.
so
Yeah,
it's
we're,
like-
we're all about turning over. Let's go. We got a lot of new shit.
Yeah.
Imagine if dating was like that. You know, hey, you want to go out for a drink? Maybe. And then you're like, I'm getting laid. Trust me. In 3 months, I'll get laid. No, let's get to it.
This new girl, she's named Hulu. She's awesome, dude.
I think
No,
I'm
it's infuriating. So you just they've lost a lot of power. I mean, they really have lost a lot of power.
You got that right.
Then you see some of the shit they do make, and you're like, well, enjoy that fucking awful special. Enjoy making dog shit.
It's a bad combo of
doozies
bad
out
shit
there right now.
and,
But
and closed off.
so many of the best comics are on YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's
They are though.
You're right.
But the trick is also, I always say, hey man, if they're willing to give you the money, take it. Don't be stupid, right?
But realize they're going to bury it.
Yeah, but don't think you need the money. You know what I mean? Like, if they're willing to give it to you, great. Take the money and get a nice payday and do your thing. But don't make that the end goal, because the trick is not just saying, I'll do it on YouTube. The trick is understanding, I don't need these other people. Because I think a lot of guys look at it like, well, I could do it on YouTube, I guess. But, what if? And it's like, stop. Put the what if out of your fucking head. Do it that way. Make a mission statement, make a plan, and just do it. Because it doesn't matter. There's nothing that's going to be different.
But I don't see anyone blowing up off like an HBO special anymore.
No, those come and go.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's really Netflix or YouTube at this point. Like, Amazon has buried some, like, I think Eddie Pepitone's special was one of the funniest I've ever seen.
Hilarious.
And they just kind of didn't promote it properly, and you're like, that dude deserves better. He is such a great
Chad Daniels is on there.
Chad Daniels.
Eddie's first one was out independently first, and then Amazon started streaming it. So that's a little different.
But do you
the
see their
second one, I don't know.
Do you see their interface? Every special looks exactly the same.
Well, the problem is that they also made that Comedy Dynamics deal.
Yeah,
and it's like, who turned me down for an hour, by the way.
Really?
And then I'm on there, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah,
like, guys, you're putting like open micers out with, I guess maybe they're shooting it themselves and then
that's what it is.
Whatever. But it's just like, we don't need that stuff.
No.
Like
it's better and long term it's better because you sell it to HBO and you make a payday, but you'll make more money on the road if you just keep with this YouTube shit and you keep promoting elsewhere and all these social media avenues.
The problem is we're insecure. We want the approval. We want the Netflix to tap you and go, we like you. And you go, oh, okay, this is pretty good. Oh, I got $300,000. Oh, all right.
But it's not just that. It's that if you're trying to get on like shows to promote your special, HBO special still sounds way better than YouTube special.
True.
Especially if you're trying to get on some of these old school programs. Like, you're not going to get booked on whatever Good Day morning show.
Yeah.
If they're like, it's a YouTube special. If it's an HBO special, they're like, ooh, we're listening.
Which is probably why they don't tell you the numbers. Because you go, hey, I got 8 million on YouTube, but I got 1 million on HBO. So.
But that's the thing. Like what you're talking about, the old programs. It's like, they don't do anything.
Yeah.
You're better off posting it on your Instagram or your Twitter, whatever you're promoting, and that's going to get you what you need. It's like, who the fuck goes, I watched Good Morning America today and learned about this thing?
I'll watch some of those shows. I'll have like CBS Sunday Morning on the background sometimes. Like I've discovered some people.
Really?
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
Who? A dog act? What are we talking? Who's on Good Morning America?
I was on it once.
Well, I mean, all right.
I mean, like on hour 3. I'm not bragging, but I was on at the end. No,
Good Morning America. Who's on there?
I mean, it's a big show, dude. That does good numbers.
But it's like Kelly Clarkson.
CBS Sunday Morning is like 6 million viewers.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Sure, it's got viewers, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like doing it's like if you did Rogan once. Right. It doesn't mean anything. It's like if you did the Tonight Show with Carson once. It doesn't. Everybody makes it.
I think that meant something. I think Carson once.
Steve Martin says the opposite in his book. He's like, a lot of guys say like, oh, I did Carson once and it changed my life. He goes, I did it 16 times. People still don't know who I was.
Whoa, you don't hear that story.
Yeah, so like, or however many times you did, but it was a lot. But anyway, my point is like, the chances are, you could go on the biggest platform. You could perform stand up on New Year's Eve ball drop on NBC on the Dick Clark Countdown, whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever the most watched program of the year, and it doesn't matter. It's most of the time it's consistency. Most of the guys that popped off of Rogan, for example, are guys that went on multiple times
Segura,
in a concentrated period.
Well, you see Burt Kreischer's like work ethic, and it's like he's calling in every show. He's doing every. I mean, you're right. It's not just Rogan; it's everything. So,
right.
By the way, that fucking ball drop, like that's people that go to that Times Square. They're escape mental patients. Even this year, you know it's going to be popping. Like, it's going to be packed.
Oh, yeah.
It's what the fuck is wrong with people? Why is that a
There's
thing?
no bathroom. They wear diapers. It's wild.
It's
they get
so
there at
crazy.
7 a.m.
I don't understand who thinks that's fun, but
It's people in Cleveland.
I
They
guess,
like
right.
it.
But like
I'd rather be in Cleveland.
I would too, actually.
yeah, I can't. I don't get. I used to do. I mean, you guys used to do this too, right? Did you ever do Carolines on New Year's Eve?
Oh, we did it.
I don't think I
Yeah.
did do it. I think.
Oh, really?
I think I did it all the time, and for whatever reason, I never did New Year's. But I've done bad one. I've done New York rooms on New Year's.
No, Carolines was great.
It was fun. We did it with Wolf, Soder.
And man, they-
we got
Oh, wow.
Peter. We got
They
hammered.
paid like stupid amount of money.
And you get a ticket to go see the ball. Like, you could walk
Yeah,
in and
right.
out. You didn't have to just stay there. It was great.
I think it was like you did like back in. I don't know if it's still this, but back in the day, it was like you did like 2 11-minute sets or whatever. And
Yeah.
they give you like it was like $500 per set.
That's how it should be,
Yeah,
dude.
it was like
It's not even that. How much they're making? That's like nothing.
I know.
Yeah, it was like
funny that
it was
back
just like
then it's
you
a
got-
lot,
You
but
made
you're
like
like-
$1,100 for basically 20 minutes of work. You open bar all night.
Oh, yeah,
and then
food.
they'd take you to the roof, and you'd watch the ball drop safely with a police escort from the roof.
I
That
brought
is
a
a
girl
nice
to
thing.
that. It was a game changer. I
Yeah.
mean, I was in.
Yeah, that was a
Caroline's
hell
was
of a
fun
deal.
back in the day.
Oh, it was the
Yeah.
best.
That was a fun
Lucy
hang. I had
Goosey.
some fun nights there, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Open for some. Back in the day, I would open for like they hooked it up. Samantha
Yeah.
Vayu was she hooked. She was
Yes.
awesome.
She was great.
Yeah.
It was like Gilbert Gottfried. I opened for all kinds of comics there.
Oh, my
Joel
God.
McHale, JB Smoove.
Jeselnik, I remember. Jim Jeffries.
Yes.
Yep.
All those fun weeks. Jim was like the most fun guy to hang out with. You
Hell
know.
yeah. Jim was fun. Yeah, those guys. I used to hang out with Jim there. I used to hang out with Glenn Wool there. I used to hang out with. I used to open for Patton all the time there.
Wow.
Kevin Pollak.
Damn.
I bet he's a cool dude.
He's the best.
Really?
He's a great guy. Really great
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Didn't you do his podcast?
I did.
Yeah,
Nice guy.
yeah.
He just shit on me for an hour, but it was
Really?
fun. Yeah. He
He's
was
fun. He's like a
he was
ball
zinging me,
breaker.
yeah.
And yeah, he's fun.
Oh, nice.
He's a fun fucking. I like Kevin a lot.
Usual Suspects. I mean, that's like how many comics do you see in those types of roles?
I know.
It's pretty cool.
I know, and he's one of those guys too. He'll tell you every story.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You'll
He's
be
in a
like,
few
"You
good
worked with
men.
Lemmon and Mathau," and he's like, "Oh yeah." And I'll
Yeah.
tell you the whole
God.
story. You're like, "That's
Larry
Dude,
David
Lemmon
did his
and
pod.
Mathau.
I know.
Whoa.
Larry David did Kevin Pollak's podcast, and Larry David's like, "You're good. You're like a great interviewer." And he's like, "Thank you, thank you."
Wow.
And I'm such a LD fan that I was like, "Wow, he's blowing Pollack." It was fun.
Dude, that's those old Lemmon and Mathau movies. I can't believe I'm this late to the Criterion channel, but I've been just cruising through shit. I mean, they've got so many. The Apartment is such a great movie. It's on
Yeah.
there. So many classic
I know.
movies.
yeah."
Is that a Wilder?
Yeah. Fucking Billy Wilder,
So
bro.
good. I think that was Best Picture.
It's incredible. Jack Lemmon was the man.
He was
He's-
the man.
Arguably the greatest American actor.
Whoa.
Dude, he's
De Niro?
Brando.
Brando?
Listen, I'm not taking anything away from any of those.
No, it's
guys.
arguable. That's
Yeah,
fair.
That's what I'm saying. Arguably,
He's got
See?
range.
Daniel
dude.
Day?
he's not American.
Meryl Streep? He's not. That's how good of an actor he is. I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
Daniel Day's like Scottish or
But
something.
he doesn't do like No, I think he's Scottish or Irish. He doesn't do interviews. That's why he's or very few at least.
Well, what about Hoffman?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Great.
Yes.
Listen, these are all great.
Yeah, no, he said arguable.
Yeah.
Good point.
Arguably.
Well, I'm
yeah.
arguing.
Jack Lemmon. Dude, do you ever see the Glengarry Glen Ross with him? Is so good too.
I just bought the 4K Shot Factory version.
Isn't it great?
on Cyber Monday? I got a deal on it.
What a downer of a movie, but still.
It's the best movie. It's my second favorite movie of all time.
What's your first?
Hannah and Her Sisters.
Wow,
Good movie.
We just
One
talked.
Woody Allen.
Well, we just talked about like Thanksgiving movies, and that's
Yep.
kind of a Thanksgiving movie,
Yeah,
right?
it begins and ends on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Yeah,
That's
Alan
a
Alda.
great. That's your favorite movie
it's the most insightful movie I've ever seen.
Dang.
because of Woody Allen's attempted suicide and his newfound.
It's everybody. It's everybody. Like the inner monologues of every character that they play throughout that movie are just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I felt like that. There's a scene. The one that
Poignant.
rocks me the worst is, or the most is, there's a scene where Diane Wiest and Carrie Fisher are competing to hook up with the same guy.
Sam Watterson.
Sam Watterson, yeah.
Yeah.
And Carrie Fisher edges Diane Wiest out, and
Yeah.
like it's that classic thing where that happens to you with a friend, and you're like,
Yeah.
they're always doing their fucking cute
Yes.
bullshit, and like you're like, I'm more worthwhile. What the fuck, you know? and she's in the back of the cab, and just the way she's going through it in her head as they're driving to drop her off, and she's just like, she's always acting so cute. She doesn't know anything about that. And then she just goes, oh, what the hell? It wouldn't have worked out anyway. I'll just take an extra Valium tonight and get into bed and watch it. And you're like, how many times have you felt like that? Where you're like, oh, fuck it, I'm better off. Like, I'll have a couple extra drinks. It's just so
relatable.
Oh my God, dude. It's
so realistic.
Heartbreaking.
I love Diane Weiss so much. I mean, she's
amazing.
She's always incredible, especially the Woody Allen movies. But I mean, when I was a kid, by the way, I used to play in the park, and she would be there with her kid. Like
really?
my mom's like, you would always be playing. Diane Weiss was always just like playing with you as a little kid.
Oh, that's amazing,
dude. She's such a legend. And I mean, Bullets Over Broadway. She's like, that movie. Another thing about that movie is Michael Caine. Just like, why did I fuck? What was it worth? Like, that's cheating. That's what cheating is.
Yeah, that whole thing. Like, he's obsessed with the sister. They have the affair. Then the whole thing about like how everybody resents Hannah because she's always the one that's like the pillar for everybody. And everybody's like, don't you get tired of being so perfect all the time? Like, it's just a earth-shattering film, man. Yeah, it's
heavy stuff.
And hilarious. Like,
hilarious.
And the parents, the way the parents fight when they're singing, and the mom's like a drunken flirt.
It's probably the best Woody Allen.
Really?
I think it is.
It's in the convo. It's funny. Yeah.
And the funniest Woody Allen joke when he goes, she goes, it's not cancer. He's Julie, what's her face from The Simpsons, is his
Klausner.
Yeah, partner or whatever. And she
Marge.
Goes,
yeah. Oh, homie.
And she goes, it's not cancer. Or she goes, what are you worried? It's cancer? And he goes, don't say that word. And she goes, it's not, or she thinks he has a brain tumor.
Yeah.
It's not a brain tumor. The doctors just said it's probably not a brain tumor. And he's like, they have to say that or else the weak ones might panic.
Wow.
Dude, also, not to mention one of the best movie soundtracks ever. I've heard that song before, the Bobby Short, I'm in Love Again. Like, beautiful music in that movie. Really beautiful music.
Yeah.
Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered, Ella Fitzgerald. Fuck.
Yeah.
Heavy shit.
There you go.
Good stuff.
And, I'm with you. I love that movie.
What was that, mid-'80s?
Yeah.
It's like 86 or something, 85. I mean, it's right in that's like peak. He was in
Woody.
He was in the fucking zone.
He was
dude.
rolling.
He was like Crimes and Misdemeanors.
Manhattan.
Another great
Not too long after Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like he's like in the fucking groove right then.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Criterion. I just actually hit up Barnes & Noble did the Black Friday Cyber Monday Criterion 50% off sale. Ooh. So I just bought like literally, I'm not even kidding, like I don't know, 15 or 20 Criterion Blu-rays.
Do you still watch DVDs?
Oh, I still collect. Yeah, I collect a lot of movies.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I collect video games and movies.
Really?
Yeah, and music too.
What movies did you have to have for Criterion?
I got a bunch. I got Videodrome, which is an amazing James Woods.
I don't know it.
David Cronenberg movie.
Oh, Cronenberg's a beast. Yeah,
it's a wild movie. It's wild.
Was that one? It's one of his really early ones, right?
It's one of the earlier Cronenbergs, not super early. So I got that. I got Nightmare Alley, which is an old film.
They're remaking it with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Wait,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. Well, it's Guillermo del Toro, I think.
Yeah.
It looks fucking visually insane.
It looks great. It looks great.
Are you a horror guy?
Cool. Huge.
I can see
huge
that.
horror collection.
What do you go to? I don't know a ton about horror.
I hate
It's
horror.
not my go-to genre, but if there's a good Dana Gould told me to watch The Thing, and I was like, that's an incredible movie.
Really?
So the Thing is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Dana Gould. Okay, so I'm friends with Dana, but I'm really good friends with his girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
Kat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I called Kat one day to catch up, and she was with Dana, and she put me on speaker, and Dana's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hey." And I go, "I have a bone to pick with you." This is one of the only people I could ever say this to. And he's like, "What is it?" And I go, "I was watching Eli Roth's History of Horror." And he's like, "Uh-huh." And I was like, "Well, you were on the Creature Features episode."
This is so
or the
specific.
Monster Movies episode.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay."
I remember this.
Yeah, and he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "You're talking about The Thing?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "You called The Thing a monster movie?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I go, "I consider it more of a creature feature." And he goes, You know what? You're right. And then Kat goes, what the hell is the difference? And then he just goes, I don't have time to reteach you on all of this.
Oh my God!
You can hear the vaginas drying up in this conversation. Jesus, this is some nerd
But
stuff.
yeah, that's like a one of a kind. It's like, who else could I have had that?
That's amazing. What video games do you collect?
Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I have about
I knew
40 systems.
You feel like a Sega guy.
I have. I just got the new Atari.
Jesus.
I got the PS5. I got the Xbox Series X. I got the Nintendo Switch. But then I collect all the old systems. So I have the Master System. I have the Sega Genesis. I have the Sega Saturn. I have the Sega.
What does Master mean?
what's
Does that mean
mean?
you can just play any game?
No, the Master System was their thing that competed with Nintendo.
Oh, I never heard of
It's
it.
called the Sega Master System.
What do you play the most?
I play a lot of Atari. I play a lot of Atari 2600.
What is on it? What games?
Well, there's tons of games, but like, there's a game
Pong?
called Spider.
Snake? I mean, where are we going here?
Well,
How far
Pong's on there, but I don't really fuck with Pong. Spider Fighter is a game I really like. Frankenstein's Monster is a game I like quite a bit. But I like
know
the
this.
simplicity of the 2600. Like, it takes you back. And I still play like the new Call of Duty.
You're a
and all that
simple
shit.
man. You like your Jack Daniels
I like my
neat.
Jack
You like your
Daniels.
sandwiches. You like your
Yes.
Atari.
There's something about sitting there with a joystick with one button,
That's true.
with these like archaic noises coming out of the TV, and just it's simple, man.
You're
Shoot
right.
The fucking aliens, like that's it. Like,
and we're going back to with Apple. It's just one button. It's a lot of simplicity.
yeah, you're playing against yourself. Atari is
what's-
golf. Like you're playing against yourself. That's it. Like how good
That's
are
great.
you?
You're right.
Do you like the modern systems?
Yeah.
What's a really good modern game? I don't know a ton about video
The
games.
PS5 is insane.
Really?
I like the Xbox Series X. I like both of them, and I like the Switch too. But the PS5 is doing things with the controller that are just nuts. Like
Like
there's-
what?
Does
Well,
it shake? Man, that's old
They
fashioned.
added like, I would assume it's like thousands of different vibrations into the controller. So every single thing that's happening in the game, it's like a different vibration. It just really puts you into it. And then this audio interface they have where some of the stuff only comes out of the controller
Whoa.
and the other stuff comes out of the TV. So I'm playing a game called Death Loop right now. And like,
Loop.
yeah, it's a first person thing. And
And this is on PS5.
yeah. And there's a woman that you're in communication with who's basically like manipulating you and like taunting you
I've
as
played
you're
that game.
trying to you're trying to break this death loop that you're in. You
I
keep
called
living
her
the same
Claire.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
But like her voice only comes out of the controller. So everything on the screen is happening, and then it just feels like it's in your ear. It's weird.
Whoa.
It's wild.
That's
it
another
really-
level, like mental fuck with.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's
wild.
incredible what they're doing now, man.
Yeah.
I think Super Nintendo was a real moment in video. That really, it was like Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, GoldenEye. That really like,
GoldenEye
Oh,
was
yeah.
N64.
oh shit, sorry.
N64 was fucking. To me, that was like the craziest shit ever.
That was big.
I was a perfect age for that. Why? Did we go long here on you?
It's 3:20 already.
Wow, that's what booze will do to you. All right,
thought
we'll
we
get
were-
you out of here.
We'll get you out of here.
Should we do a shot before we go?
No.
Whoa!
No.
This is what happens with Joe.
We got to do a Patreon too. We got to pace ourselves.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
fair
yeah,
enough,
yeah.
fair enough.
But
fair enough.
you're welcome to do whatever you like.
No.
You got Jack Daniels, the good stuff. That's
Norman, you want to
reserved.
do one?
I'll do a halfie.
All right.
Fuck it, I'll do a halfie. What the hell?
Oh, it's fucking noon. God damn it. All right.
What do we put?
This is what happens with this guy. This is why you're out till 4 a.m. Just pour a little in here. We can take it in the cups.
Right now, get a shot glasses.
put some ice on
Matt's getting a shot glasses.
Oh, God, you're an animal.
We'll let Matt pour it.
Joe's got one of my favorite jokes. He used to say, like, hey, I drink too much. I eat like shit. Ladies, stop fucking me. I love that joke because it's such a good point. You're like, they're still fucking me. Why would I go to the gym?
Yeah,
You
why
know?
would I ever get in shape?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
light. Go light for me, please.
Go
I'm
light. We got 2 more eps to do here, and I got shows tonight.
You're good, man. I had a great time on here.
No, we love seeing you, dude. And as
Love
you
seeing
said, I
you
don't
guys.
see enough. I mean, it's always a bummer I don't see enough. But
I really would
always-
love you guys to come down to the bar and
I'm gonna come.
We'll
like
be
hang
there.
out one night.
I'm
man.
gonna come.
Definitely be there.
That'd be fun.
I
That'd be
want
a
a
lot of
sandwich.
fun.
That dad looked amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And dude, plug whatever else.
Oh,
I mean, you got
okay.
Taste Buds with Sal Vulcano, you got the other podcast.
Yeah. So Taste Buds with Sal Vulcano, new episodes every Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. New episodes every Monday, audio wherever you get it, full video on YouTube on the No Press Network channel.
Hell yeah.
We'll See You in Hell, my horror review podcast. I do it with my friend Pat Walsh. Back,
Oh, I like that guy. I've met him before.
He's
a
the
good
best.
Dude.
He's so funny.
I really like him.
so funny. The back catalog is on Starburns Audio and wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes are on Patreon at patreon.com/WSYIH podcast. And then finally, Joey Rose's open now Wednesday through Sunday, starting at 12 p.m. each day. Full bar.
It looks
8
amazing.
Sandwiches.
It
New
does.
food is coming.
And we have a lot of New York listeners.
Please,
so guys,
come.
go support Joe. Can I bring up one thing before we do our plugs here?
here
Just
it
about the
comes.
video games, and this is a peeve I have with video games now. I like the hang of the video games. You play with your friends. It's like four person.
Multiplayer.
PS is like done away with this. You have to play people online.
Ooh.
I had to buy during the pandemic when I was living in LA with Taylor. We bought an Xbox to play co-op Halo because we're like, this is so fucking fun.
Yeah.
But it's like most systems, you got to set up your email address. You're
Ah,
like,
I
this is
hate
such a
that
fun.
account.
I just want to log on and play.
Yes.
You can still do that. There's a lot of, like with any new device now, they're going to get your info out of you, right? But you can still do the couch co-op stuff with the newer systems. But again, this is why I go back to, like, I love ColecoVision and I love Atari and I love Intellivision, because it's like you pull out the system, you pull out a stack of games like this high, and you just fucking put games in.
Yes.
And it's just like, dude, it's just we're just going back and forth. We're playing Space Invaders. We're playing fucking Astro Smash. or
Yes.
whatever.
I do kind of miss blowing in the thing, right?
Yeah, totally.
There's
But
something about it.
the old stuff is nice. Like I got this old Beamer, and it's 1973, and I drove it around last night for fun, and I got out of it, and I closed the door, and I went to a restaurant, and I came back, and I noticed the door wasn't clicked all the way. You know how you got to close it and bump it sometimes? It wasn't clicked all the way, and if that was another car, a new car, there would be a light on, like, hey, your door's not closed, and that'll run down the battery. Now your battery's dead.
Right.
This thing has nothing to do with the battery. It's just metal on metal.
Right.
And there's something nice about that.
There is. I had a 2002 Jaguar before I left LA.
Wow.
Jesus. Where'd that come
What are
from?
you, my grandpa?
Dude, here's the thing. I bought it. Excuse me, I already did mine. I bought it for $1,500 cash.
Wow.
It ran like a champ. And it was like, people saw it and they were like, look at this fucking car. And they're like, yeah, man, there was like something to all that, you know? Like,
Pull up an old
I love. You know what I love about Joe? He's like a real old timey. He's an old soul.
old soul.
You really are an old soul.
Yes.
I feel like you guys are too, though.
Yeah. I mean, dude, we
Yeah.
play jazz on here. We're talking about Criterion movies. I mean, we relate to this very much.
Yeah,
There's
we
something.
like MILFs.
Well,
So,
speaking of
2002
another,
Jaguar Maroon.
Maroon.
Or Burgundy, excuse me.
Oh, damn. We say Burgundy.
speaking of, remember the Midnight in Paris
Look at that
movie,
thing.
the Woody Allen, where it's like literally you think every other era. Oh, that's fucking beautiful, dude.
Damn.
That's what I had with a tan leather interior. It was
Damn.
$1,500.
How'd you get it
How'd
that
you get that?
cheap?
Did it run?
Those cars don't hold their value because the older they, first of all, it's all European parts.
Yeah.
So it's a pain in the ass if you want to get something fixed. And then the older they get, the harder it is to get the parts. So most people don't want to deal with it. They're like, give me the new one or don't give me anything. I don't give a shit.
Right.
They don't hold value. You
Yep.
can get an old, would you say you have an old Beamer?
73 Beamer.
How much did that cost?
Well, they're hot now, so they went
Right.
up.
But I mean,
Was it a lot?
Don't say if you don't want to say.
It was more than 10 grand,
Okay.
but not much more.
Okay. Well, then that's my point. Like, you're talking about a classic car, vintage, whatever.
Great shape.
You're spending more for
Let's say
parking
you
in
spent,
New York.
Let's say you spent 12
Yeah, that
grand.
right.
You would never get a car that looks like that
No,
for 12 grand. That's
God,
my
no.
point.
Dude, there are buildings that charge $100 grand a year for parking in
It's
New York.
insane.
And that
100
was
fucking
actually
grand.
worth.
Yeah, you're right.
That was actually worth $3 grand when I bought it. The guy that was selling it was like, "Dude, I just need to get rid of it, man. My wife's telling me I got to get rid of the car. Like, it's
Wow.
we
Did
Did you get laid in it? Blown?
I did.
Jerked?
Oh yeah.
How about,
I definitely fucked around in that car a little
What,
bit, yeah.
dude? What website did you find it on?
Literally, guys selling it on the street.
He knew the guy.
What?
I was parked on the street in LA. I drove by it and I walked by because I didn't have a car at the time. And I was like, holy shit. And I called the guy immediately and he's like, yeah, man, I could meet you there right now if you want. and he came down, and as I was looking at it, 3 different people that passed were like, dude, is this for sale? And then I was like, dude, just give it to me. Just give it to me. Like, it's like, yeah, like
$1,500.
Yeah, it was nuts.
You paid him cash?
I went right to the bank, got $1,500 out in cash, and gave it to him.
Hell yeah.
That was it.
Love it. Just driving it home must have been so fun.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. It was awesome.
I love a transaction like that.
Yeah. And then I took it to a steak dinner that I met Keith and Ardie Fuqua at Prime in L.A. And when I was leaving, Ardie saw the valet bring my car around, and he goes, oh, shit. Who the fuck brought my granddad's car?
I remember after, Ardie was in the Tracy Morgan crash, for those of you who don't know. And I remember after, I got a lot of money. I remember I was on the steps of the Comedy Cellar, right? We hadn't seen him since it, and we were all kind of worried. Yeah. And I was on the steps with Michael Che. And I said, man, I hope he didn't spend his money on something stupid. The second I say that, he rolls around in a giant Escalade.
In a perfect suit.
Amazing.
I've never seen him not in a suit since the crash.
No, Keith always says, Ari's Pee Wee Herman suits bug me.
Fuck, I love Keith, dude.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go down and do Bob Kelly's show.
Dude,
I love you guys,
We
man.
love you.
Check
Thanks
out
for coming,
Joe
man.
DeRosa.
Check out Joe. Everyone, Mark, plug some dates, man. And make sure to email us at wemightbedrunkpod@gmail.com. Rex, peeves, jokes, drinks, whatever you want for the Patreon. We love you guys on the Patreon. And follow Joe DeRosa. Definitely support his restaurant.
Thanks,
Joey
boys.
Roses.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, and check out his dates. He's going to be on the road in 2022. I'm in Milwaukee, Improv, Kansas City, Syracuse, Sacramento, Punchline, La Jolla Comedy Store, all kinds of good dates. MarkNolanComedy.com.
San Diego, underrated, man.
Oh, great town. And that's like the nice part of San Diego.
I got Toronto, Richmond, Magoobies in Timonium, Maryland. I got Hartford Funny Bone. I got Sacramento, Columbus, Ohio, Beacon Theater, New York City. One night, baby, May 7th. Make sure to get tickets to that. That's a biggie. Get tickets. A few other dates coming, but I got Orlando, West Palm, all that shit. So come support.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, boys.
Comedy.